hello Ramona.
Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So for today's video I thought I would film a part 2 to my university experience studying fashion journalism. Now if you guys remember, or you may not know, I filmed a part 1 around this time last year where I talked about, you know, applying to university through UCAS and my experience, talking about my course at the University of Sunderland, and honestly it went down so well. I didn't realise how well it would have went down. I've had such a positive reaction. So many people said it's helped them, you know, think about where they want to apply to and really give them a student's perspective on the course that I studied. Since I am now a graduate, I thought it would be such perfect timing because you may actually be going to university in September. So I thought I would film a part 2 because when I filmed part 1 I was only in my second year at university, so I hadn't been through my third year, I hadn't done my dissertation, and I kind of thought this would be really good so you guys can see what I did in third year, what modules I studied, talk you through my dissertation because I didn't do like a written one. I did a magazine, which is really exciting. I can't wait to show you, and also talk you through my results and the assignments I did. I will also leave part 1 in the description box down below and in either of the corners so you guys can go click through and watch it. And I will also leave any work that I mention in the description box down below so you guys can click through and read through it. So like the first part I did, I'm going to be breaking it down into categories and like kind of like FAQ questions just to make it a little bit easier. So what I'll do, I'll leave timestamps of the certain bits down below, so if you don't want to watch this full video, you're just interested in a certain bit, say for example modules I study or my dissertation, then you can just click that timestamp and it makes it a lot easier for you all to study you going through the entire video if you don't want to watch it. But yes, I really hope you enjoy it and let's get straight into the video. So the modules I did in third year consisted of media ethics, fashion journalism, business and magazines, my practical project, and journalism, practice and employability and placement. So the first one I'm going to talk through is business of magazines. So business of magazines was a module option. So at the end of second year you get to basically choose a module choice. I think there was 4 options. There was styling, business magazines, I think PR, and there was another one that I can't remember off the top of my head, but it kind of gets done as like a majority vote, so everyone can choose what their first choice would be and then like a backup choice, but it is done off a majority vote. So I think most of the girls on my course chose business and magazines. However, because PR was already running as a big group, like separate, a couple of girls chose that one and then they also chose the other option, which I can't remember off the top of my head. Within business and magazines, I really enjoyed this module. Like I found it so informative. I really liked it, and it's kind of focusing on the magazine and publication industry and kind of how magazines generate money, generate income. We went from advertising, looking at all the different roles in a magazine, from the editor-in-chief down to people who do advertising or design and what their roles entail. And basically, like I said, working out how magazines and publications make money. So we done 2 assignments for that module. We did a B2B magazine article which I got published, and I did mine, I think it was about the rising of skincare and beauty brands on TikTok, and I had to interview 3 people from the industry, which was like professionals. And the second assignment we had to do a case study about a magazine of our choice and kind of go through all the in-depth of how that magazine makes money and the different roles, and if they were involved in any controversy or any really positive things like brand extensions they've done, any merchandising. And I did mine about Glamour magazine and I really enjoyed writing that. We also done an exam in the business and magazines module which links to my NCTJ diploma, and I found that exam really like sort of good. I'd done quite well in it. I got a B, I think it was. And yeah, so if you are interested in that sort of thing, then that module will be really useful for you. The second module I did was fashion journalism. So this year we did analytical features, mobile journalism packages. We had to submit a link to a Fashion North article we had written, which was for our university's website. And then we also done news days. I think it was every fortnight, where basically we would all have a conference online, due to COVID obviously, and you'd bring ideas to the table and you'd basically pitch a couple of ideas you wanted to do. I always recommend having at least like 5 or 6 or something like that, because if you come with one, somebody else might take that if they pitch that idea first, and then you're gonna have nothing. So I recommend definitely having a couple of ideas to share. I really enjoyed the news days because one, it builds up some amazing work for your portfolio. It's such a fun day. You get to basically just write and produce content all day, and I really enjoyed that. And it's like I said, it just gives you kind of that real newsroom like experience. So I definitely really enjoyed that module. So for my analytical feature, I think it was about the sustainability in the fashion industry or something like that, where I will leave it down below so you guys can read it because I can't remember all the assignments off the top of my head. We did a mobile journalism video package. So I went to a Christmas Lush event, which you guys will remember I actually vlogged for my channel. I covered that event in a little video which I produced an article on, and I also interviewed one of the staff there, which was really good. And then we also had to submit a Fashion North article link. This could be a URL link to any work you've produced during the news day, which you're really proud of. We had to submit our news list ideas every single week. To get the best marks, I would always recommend put them on a Word document every single week. Put your kind of achievable headline, so what you want your headline to be for that article, and really kind of write like a small paragraph of what you want that article to be about. So what are you going to cover, why is it relevant to the target audience, you know, who you're going to interview, where did you find the idea from, things like that. And then kind of just say, how is this going to be achieved? Are you going to include video? Are you going to include photography? Are you going to make something? Are you going to produce a TikTok for it? Really look at how that multimedia element is really going to fit into your work, and then that's how you produce the best mark. The next one is journalism, practice, placement and employability, and this module, again, I really loved. We had a lot of guest talks from people in the industry or people through the uni. In this module, we actually done a placement, which I'll talk about in my next question. And it was really good because as part of this module and as part of the degree I did, we had to do a 10-day placement before we graduated. And this module really helps you land that placement. It really helps you design your CV and make it look absolutely amazing, and set up your own LinkedIn account so you can connect with people in the industry. Stuff like this I hadn't really considered, and I hadn't really updated my CV in so long, which is really bad of me, I know. This was so useful and I really enjoyed it. We also had to submit a employability pack as one of the assignments. So this was included your CV, I think it was a cover letter, and also any social media interaction you have had with people in the industry and how you present yourself online. We also had to submit a 10-day placement log, where it was just kind of like, not like a diary, but kind of talking you through what you did each day on your placement. And then in the next semester we also had to do an exam, which we had to write an article in a day, and basically we'd done all the prep beforehand, but we basically had to write it under exam conditions on the day. So we had, I think it was like 6 hours to write the article, produce video for it, do an interview on the day, and yeah, I really enjoyed that. It was really fun, to be honest. And I think I done about how influencers use filters in the industry. Again, like I said, I will leave the link down below so you guys can go check out all my work if you want to have a read through and see how I did. But yeah, I really enjoyed that module. It was really good and very informative and useful to getting into the industry. The next one was media ethics, and again, media ethics, it wasn't my strongest module, and it was basically, we were looking at about the ethical considerations to do with the media, and we done 2 essays for this, where we got a choice of about 5 questions and you could choose which question you wanted to answer. Again, like I said, it probably wasn't my favourite module, it wasn't my strongest one, but again, it was still really interesting. And then the final one is our practical project, which is classed as like a dissertation, as you would say in any other course. For the fashion journalism course, you get 3 options, so you can either create a magazine, a website, or I think it was like a list of articles, like 5 articles or something like that, but they were really in-depth articles. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about this because I'm going to talk about it later on, but I will obviously tell you what we had to do. The 2 hand-ins for this assignment, you had to do a presentation of your idea, and honestly, stuff like this really really scares me. Like, I can't even begin to describe it. It literally scares the shit out of me. I hate presenting with the passion, I can't even tell you. But it was actually really alright. I was very, very nervous. It was like a 10-minute presentation. We had to like make up a PowerPoint. We had to interview 3 people before our presentation that we wanted to use in the magazine. And then we just kind of like talked through our idea within the 10 minutes. But oh my god, it was literally like, I just felt like I was going like trying to get through it so quick, but I was trying to like not go through it too quick as well. But yeah, and then obviously the final hand-in was in May, which is when you submit like a PDF or whatever of your magazine, your website, as you would. Well, I actually did my placement at a place called Lux magazine, which is based up in the northeast in Newcastle. And basically how I landed my placement was we had an email come round through one of the lecturers, and he said that this person was looking to take people on for placement, and I jumped on it straight away as that email come through. I was like, oh my god, this is brilliant, it sounds really good, the website looks amazing, sounds like such a good opportunity. So right, I'm gonna write myself a cover letter, I'm gonna write my CV, and I'm gonna get it in, because I'm not gonna pass up any opportunity that's gonna come my way. So I honestly, like, I just said straight away, I was like, right, I'm gonna do this. And because we had kind of then workshops and seminars about writing a good cover letter and building up your CV, I kind of had that sort of experience and that kind of skills and tips to put into that. And straight away I sent it out. I was so nervous because I thought like, oh my god, what if they don't get back? The lady literally got back to me straight away. She was so nice. I had a phone call with her and we organised some dates, and that was it. Straight away, that was it. And I was just so pleased that I did it, because if I waited and I just thought, oh, I'm not going to do it, then that was it sort of thing. But I highly recommend that, because I'd done my placement, it was around November, December time. So since it's only 10 days, I had that, like, you know, next semester's going to be really busy because you're going to be focusing on your practical project, you can have exams. If you can get your placement straight away out the way, that's it, that's gone, then you don't have to worry about getting it done last minute sort of thing. And I really think that massively helped me, because I was really stressed in second semester, like finishing my dissertation project. So I highly recommend get it out the way earliest in the semester as you can, because then you don't have to worry about it later on. But during my 10 days at Lux magazine, I got sent different ideas to do each day, different articles, and what I loved, since I'd done it around November, December time, it was all like Christmas content. So a lot of the stuff I was writing about was really high end, so it would be like 5 family matching pyjamas, like your best Christmas scents that you need in your collection or in your home this year. But a lot of the stuff I did was like very Christmassy content. I also thought of some questions for some interviews that my sort of person who was looking after me was doing, so that was really good. And then in the following week I also helped with anyone get into Newcastle magazine, so I was working on getting in touch with small businesses so they could feature in the Instagram page, and it was so good, it was so good, I really enjoyed it. But like I said, my tips would be for getting placements, just reach out to anybody, find their emails, find their contact details, and just ask if they're taking anybody on, ask them if they want a hand with anything. The best way you're going to get connections is if you reach out or if you connect with them, because if you don't, you're not really going to get anywhere. So I'd highly recommend it, reaching out to people, step out your comfort zone. But like I said, try get your placement out the way before second semester, because honestly things do get hectic and you probably don't realise it at the time. So I would highly recommend doing what I did and get it out straight away, so then you don't have to worry about it. You can do another placement in second semester if you want to, if you've got the opportunity to, but at least you know you've done one and you've really enjoyed it. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is my dissertation and like my practical project, and oh my god, when I tell you I am so proud of this. Like, it actually makes me emotional having it in my hands, because I just feel like, oh my god, like it just, I can't, I really can't. This is it, this is my practical project. Oh, obviously you can see my ring light because it's got a glossy cover, but oh my god, I've had this for months and I'm still in love with it. Like, it's It's literally my baby. So my final practical project, so I decided I wanted to do a magazine. When I got assigned to my program leader, who was going to be like kind of looking after me, we're going to be going through my creating the full thing together sort of thing, and she was helping me and guiding me, was telling her all my ideas. And I knew from the start I wanted to make a magazine because I told her, I said I could whack a website out in my sleep, and I just think a magazine would really test my skills, test my ability. I got a really high mark in design and production last year when I was doing that with InDesign, so I thought, right, I'm going to do a magazine because I just think it would be great to look back on, it would be great to have. And with the idea that I chose in the end, it did initially work better as a magazine. It is my, as you would say, my practical project. So it is called Noel. It is a fashion, beauty and lifestyle Christmas magazine. Now I'm actually obsessed with the cover. This is my best friend Rachel. I love her for modelling for me. She looks absolutely fab. Like I can't get over Rachel. If you're watching this, you should be so damn proud because look at you on there. You look bloody fab. When I was thinking of ideas, I really didn't know what to do. I was so stuck, I was so stumped, but as soon as we got a pick at ideas, I was like, right, I want to do something that somebody hasn't done before because I'm going to have so much more scope with it. And when I was sitting at my dining room table one random night during the week, my mum said, I was like saying to my mum, Mum, I really don't know what I want to do. I'm really stuck. I've got no ideas. But I remember my program leader saying, pick something you're going to enjoy because if you don't, you're going to hate it. And it really is kind of true. If you're not going to enjoy what you're going to do, then it is going to be a very, very long year. So my mum was like, well, you love Christmas. Why not do a Christmas magazine? And I was like, it was like a light bulb moment. I was like, wow. I was like, that could work. Because I chose Christmas, I had such a broad scoped theme, and like I was so nervous to pitch it to my program leader during our meeting because I was like, what about she hates it, what about she thinks it's not going to work, and then what am I going to do? But honestly, it came off, it pulled off so well. Like it just looks absolutely fabulous. Like I can't even. I always remember when I was researching ideas regarding Christmas magazines, obviously, you know your big publications, you read like Cosmopolitan, Glamour, Grazia, Harper's Bazaar, things like that. They will always bring out a December issue which will feature things relating to Christmas. Like that's just standard every single year. You do get Christmas magazines, but they're more like food related, or like they're about Christmas crafts or home decor. There was not one magazine on the market which was featured regarding literally just everything relating to fashion, relating to, you know, lifestyle stories about people absolutely obsessed and going crazy over Christmas. Like you don't like see it, and I was just thinking like, oh my god, this could really work. This shows there's a gap in the market. This could work. You do loads of like photo shoots and stuff, so I've got like a party edit. I've got like, you know, different dresses for like New Year. I've got Christmas nail designs. There's honestly just so much in here, like lipstick products you need. Oh, this is when I done a photo shoot for my best friend Rachel. We done this in my bedroom. It just looks absolutely great. There's like so many amazing photos. And then I just did like real life stories as well. So for example, this lady who I interviewed who was so lovely. Real life interviews, like I spend £7 grand on my Christmas decorations. I've done like an A-list Christmas, like all your favourite celebrities. Like there's honestly just so much in here. I've done, you know, Halloween, like keep you like reinventing your tree 3 times a year. Oh my god, I'm in love. I still love this picture and I'm really proud of it. Like I took this picture, this like flat lay picture here. I'm like trying to hide the ad, but yeah, I'm just obsessed. It looks just fab. So yeah, I done like gift guides, and yeah, and I done like a cozy edit at the back. I've got quizzes in here. Just there's so much. I've got like, there's one of my friends, Ellie, who's a blogger as well. I took pictures of her for my cozy edit. But yeah, I am obsessed. I am literally obsessed. When it came to actually pitching the presentation for my idea, I kind of went all out. I had my Christmas jumper on, had a red lip on. I was feeling really festive. And I just kind of talked about how, like I said, there was a gap in the market. I think this is really gonna work. I've done like lots of like surveys and stuff, which we obviously had to do to show that people would be interested in it. And this kind of helped me generate what ideas people would want to see in the magazine. So like people said, you know, like gift guides, you know, quizzes, you know, just like loads and loads of random bits that people wanted to see, like things like that. And I done really well for my pitch presentation. I got a first and I was so proud because I was so nervous, honestly, and it just shows you don't need to be nervous if you're, you know, very positive and proud and you're very confident about your idea, which I was. I was really confident. I think since I chose Christmas as well, I had so much scope to go off. So like I said, I had fashion, I had beauty, I had your real life sort of events, I had, you know, like the quiz at the back, you know. It honestly just, it worked really well because I was never stuck thinking of ideas. And when it came to designing pages as well, I drew out every single page on paper really roughly, so I knew where I wanted everything to go before I basically designed it on InDesign. Yeah, thinking of the ideas, I think getting inspiration from social media was really good. And another thing I found was taking inspiration from different magazines. So during November, I literally went out to like Tesco's and Sainsbury's and I picked up all like the magazines I read. I picked up, you know, when you get the free ones in the supermarkets, so like Tesco or Boots, or and just seeing like what was like popular that year in terms of things I could include in my gift guide, or just things like that, or like things people would be interested in that year. So one of the requirements for our magazines was we had to interview 20 sources, so we had to speak to 20 people. I think I interviewed 21 or 20, I think I interviewed 22, but I only included 21 because one of the other ones didn't really work in the end. I think because Christmas is such a big deal now, like people will celebrate it all year round. Like I'm in Christmas groups on Facebook and people like got their trees up in like March or like June. Like people still love Christmas all year round. If you would like me to do a single video regarding my magazine and kind of talking you through like each page, or you want to see different pages, then please just let me know. But yeah, I am so proud of it. But like I said, if you ever have to do a dissertation or a project or anything like that, pick a topic you know you're gonna love, because you're gonna have a really long year if you don't pick something you enjoy. And it makes it a lot more fun, a lot more enjoyable. And even though I was very stressed at times, I am so proud and I love it so much. So I felt like I had to touch upon this because I felt like it was really relevant to my third and final year, and that was what it was like studying during the pandemic. It was a very mix of emotions, let me tell you that. Like, working from home was really hard for me. I think it got to the stage where like it was just almost like the same routine every single day. I was like waking up and going to my dining room table and sitting there all day, like literally all day. Like it was absolutely awful. It was hard as well because you couldn't go to your friends, you couldn't go to the library because there was no libraries open, or you couldn't go to a coffee shop, and it was really hard. And like I think, you know, doing all your lectures online, and to be honest, I was really grateful because I had the first 2 years of experience at uni as you normally would if COVID wasn't a thing. But since COVID happened, I think I would have felt it a lot harder if I was in my first year. But I felt like because since being in third year, we weren't meant to be on campus a lot, especially in second semester, because it was all independent working due to like working on your projects and things like that. But it was really hard sometimes, and that's why I made sure when we had lectures online, I would always put my camera on, because, you know, it felt like a bit nicer, like seeing people and like seeing your lectures and being able to talk to them, and it kind of felt a little bit like that's semi-ish normal. But apart from that, like obviously you have to thank like Zoom and Teams because that's the only thing we could do. It was a very mix of emotions. Sometimes I found it really upsetting, sometimes I found it really stressful, and sometimes I was just getting on with it and I was alright. But it was very hard and I wouldn't like to do it ever again, I don't think. The final category is my degree result and my final thoughts on uni now. Your girl got a first class honours at university, which is just absolutely amazing. Like having this in my hand is kind of crazy because I'm just like, oh my god, like that was me, like I did that. I freaking did that. And I also had these come in the post the other day, and this is my NCTJ diploma. This is the level 3 diploma in the National Council for Training of Journalists, and I also got my diploma in journalism for passing shorthand as well, which was just really, really nice. The three of these together is just, it's mad to think like I did that. I've got like 3 tips I wanted to finish off with because I'm aware this video is probably going to be so long, that kind of my overall thoughts on university. And I would say I'm very proud I got through university, especially in the final year studying during the pandemic. I'm so glad I went to university because I had such an amazing experience. If you watched my last video, you know how I always touch on saying take up any opportunity that comes your way, you know, really get involved in university life, you know, not make yourself known, but like really get yourself out there, join societies, you know, have fun, you know, go out, meet new people, and just really enjoy. And because I did them things, it made my university experience so much better because I wasn't just doing my academic studies. And I really recommend, don't just focus on your academics. Obviously that is most important, but you will find if you develop other skills and do other things during your time there, it will make it so much more fun. And you know, if anything comes up, grab it with 2 hands, girl and boys. Just grab it and take it and go, because honestly you won't get that opportunity again. So just literally go for it. My second one would be treat every year as if it's going to count towards your degree. I put my absolute all into every assignment, everything I did, every lecture. I would always catch up if I missed anything, and I just give it my all. I would always get involved with discussions or, you know, group work, or if there's anything that come up, I would do it. So treat every year like it counts as your last, because I think this is how it massively, you know, I got my good grades sort of thing. And my third and final one would definitely be check your feedback. When I look at my grades from first year up until third year, I went from like 2 2s, 2 1s to getting firsts in nearly every assignment in third year. That's just crazy to me. But because I read that feedback, every assignment I got, I acted upon it. And I made them changes. I said I'm gonna do better because I know I can do better, and I did, and that's how I got my grades. So honestly, make sure you read your feedback. If you don't understand something, ask for help, because that's what your lecturers are there for. If you need clarification on a certain bit of feedback that your lecturer gave you, then just go ask them or email them and just be like, look, can we go over this? You know, I want to talk about how I can improve it. And that's generally how you get the better grades, because honestly you're really showing you're determined, and that's what kind of gets you there and gets you far in life. So definitely act on your feedback, and that's how you will see results. And like I said, get involved, and it will make your experience at university a lot better. So this is the end of my university part 2 video. Now I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and comment down below what you think. If you're thinking about studying at the University of Sunderland, if you have any burning questions, please feel free to leave them down below and I can answer them for you. I'm always in the comments looking, so if you have anything you need answered, then please let me know. Let me know any videos you want to see in the future, and make sure you subscribe while we're here. And again, let me know if you want me to do a big sort of video talking about my Noel practical project, because I will be able to do that, and I can talk you through each page and things like that and tell you what I did, how I achieved it, the design, etc. But I will have to do a separate video because that video would have been so long if I added it in here. But yeah, I really hope you all have a lovely day, my loves, and I will see you next time. Bye!